Ever wondered what it really takes to look and feel decades younger, even when you're pushing 90? Allow me to introduce you to Nahida Abden, the 90-year-old aerobics instructor who has been captivating audiences with her infectious vigor and radiant health. Her story is a potent homage to the fact that age is but a number, and with the right attitude and behaviors, absolutely anyone can live a long, vital life. In fact, Nahida Abden's story with fitness began much later in life, at the brink of her 50s. Just imagine this. At one of those very pivotal moments when an injured leg could be enough to keep her back, it became the very impetus for an amazing change, one that healed not just the body, but remade the course of her life. It was at that time that the doctor told her to inculcate more exercise into her regime, desiring her to join a gym. The first glimpse of a gym might get a little intimidating for any person. After all, at 50 years of age and still recovering from an injury, Nahida felt every bit of that discomfort. She wasn't just self-conscious, she was quite anxious. This was a new, intimidating environment. Every time she stepped into the gym, she found herself standing in the back of the room and trying to disappear. She thought people were judging her by the way she looked, that she was doing everything wrong. God knew what else. Still, all these terrors did not stop Nahida. She had to force herself to go back and back, despite the troubles that were happening. In those early days, the workouts were not the only challenge. The mental struggle was formidable as well. Nahida found herself needing to motivate her mind before each session, constantly reminding herself of the reasons that had sparked her journey. Could you imagine having to commute an hour and a half across town just to get to the gym, knowing what those insecurities would be waiting for you when you got there? It took lots of willpower to continue with it. But Nahida did just that, attended every session, gritted her teeth, and struggled on. And then something magic happened. After months of undeterred devotion, Nahida started to see the changes, not just in her body, but in her spirit. The workouts that once felt clunky and intimidating were an act of pride now. With each workout completed, a sense of achievement opened up, and all the unease was worth it. This positive reinforcement made it gradually become a habit, and before she knew it, Nahida found herself actually looking forward to training days. The gym wasn't just some place one would go to recover from an injury. It became her sanctuary, a place where she could push herself and get stronger. And grow, she did. Over the years, Nahida's dedication to her workout has helped her recover from her injury, and then led to a miraculous change in her life. She wasn't just getting fit, she was turning out to be a powerhouse of fitness. As she gained more confidence, the awareness began to dawn that what she was achieving was actually special and not an achievement of many of her age group. This new self-belief eventually led her to take her passion for fitness to the next level by becoming a fitness instructor. Nahida's story is a living, breathing reflection of the strength of perseverance and what can be achieved when one resolutely refuses to give up, even in the face of overwhelming challenges. Today, she stands not as somebody who is fit, but as an embodiment of wonders that may come into being when one gets married to action. Her story of coming from an apprehensive gym user to a confident instructor is a perfect example that it's never too late to start something. And that very often a pathway to change is built brick by brick through small, consistent steps. The first thing that really impresses one when one meets Nahida Abden is the spring in her walk, a sparkle in her eyes, and the warmth of her smile. Yet incredibly, it would appear that this radiant energy is a result of inner positivity cultivated throughout her life. According to Nahida, this optimistic view ranks among the main reasons she had remained healthy, her spirit young and full of energy into her 90s. When one hears about the challenges she has gone through, it is crystal clear that this positivity is not something innate, but a choice she makes each and every day. Before we move on, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. Imagine what we could accomplish if everyone subscribed. As for Nahida, her life has been by no means smooth. She lost her husband 40 years ago and found herself all alone, bereaving for a partner who shared her dreams. For most, that becomes such a tragedy that it hangs over the whole being and just stays there. Nahida chose to go another way though. She refused to let pain take over, but just embraced life with even more vigor. She plunged headlong into her children, into her household chores, and finally into opening her own fitness venture. Rather than seeing herself as a victim of circumstance, she saw her situation as an opportunity to grow stronger and more independent. Then there was the fight with cancer. Nahida had been diagnosed at an age when she had developed a habit for healthy living, and regular exercise factors no doubt contributory to hardness that was so needed now. Yet despite such propitious habits, facing up to cancer must be a deeply terrifying experience. Yet Nahida approached it with the same steely positivity that had overcome earlier setbacks. She kept upbeat and positive, focusing on what she could control: her attitude, her nutrition, her exercise, and letting go of what was outside her control. She did not only fight cancer, but lived it with a joie de vivre that left even her medical team and nursing staff in a state of wonder. Comments about her bubbly personality were constant, and many had asked to have their picture taken with her, wanting to remember the patient who smiled through it all. The nutritional philosophy of Nahida Abden is refreshingly simple. Eat well, but do not stress about it. Such a kind of thinking has really worked for her through the years, as she maintains a long and healthy life without ever having to experience those crazy diets and strict food taboos. Nahida's philosophy is all about balance and relishing your food, a concept with which we all identify. Nahida loves fresh and healthy foods, which are reflected in her meals every day. The most she likes is red fish, actually salmon, which is not only delicious, but also has a very high content of omega-3 fatty acids that are good for the heart. Usually, she likes to grill the fish because it enhances the flavors inside. Along with the fish, she always throws in some veggies, whether a colorful salad or a plate full of grilled goodies. These are her staple foods, carrying in them all types of nutrients required to keep her body strong and her skin glowing. Fruits form a big portion of Nahida's diet. She loves their natural sweetness and the array of vitamins they come with. A glass of chilled fresh orange juice or snacking on peaches and avocados could always be found in her. She especially makes it a point to squeeze a few glasses of pomegranate juice at home during the weekend. This juice is not only yummy but also full of antioxidants and very well known for preventing cardiovascular diseases by lowering cholesterol. The reason it keeps Nahida thriving can be traced to the deep affection she harbors toward these natural, nutrient-dense foods. Nahida's attitude reminds that eating healthy need not be an elaborate affair. It has to do with loving one's food and not letting it become a source of tension. With fresh, wholesome food playing the lead role and with moderation at play, Nahida keeps her health in check and her energy high. Let's be honest, it is quite something to see someone who loves food and does not allow it to take them over. Nahida's relationship with food may get her nourished, enjoying, and zesty for life things we all can learn to use in our living. Operating within a world where fad diets and food trends can more often than not turn the act of eating into a form of chore, the idea of Nahida is a refreshing gust of wind. She merely embodies the fact that one need not follow strict diets or give up favorite foods in order to feel healthy and alive. It simply deals with finding what works for you, enjoying your food, and embracing that sense of balance. Every day, she does her jogs of exercise and stretching that have kept her body in outstanding shape, even on nearing her 90th birthday. It is not only the physical benefits that are as great as can be, but also the discipline and great feeling of accomplishment that come with the commitment to keeping her routine. The Nahida workout isn't extremely complicated. Instead, it's highly effective. She puts together strength training, cardio, and flexibility into one workout, plus makes sure all parts of the body stay active and involved. Her stretching becomes an important part of her regimen to maintain the range of motion and flexibility that people half her age would have trouble getting. That focus on flexibility is one of the secrets to her youthful appearance and the graceful way she moves as if defying years. What really sets Nahida apart, however, is the consistency with which she shows up to this practice, day in and day out, doing the work, regardless of how she might be feeling. This unwavering consistency has transformed into a cornerstone of her existence, a beacon she eagerly anticipates and leans upon to maintain her energy and strength. It is this steadfast dedication that has not only ensured her body remains in prime condition, but has also enriched her overall sense of well-being and vitality. With time, Nahida's interest in fitness has grown beyond just keeping herself healthy. She started sharing her knowledge and enthusiasm with others and turned what was her personal routine into a successful business. Now, she is one of the most popular fitness trainers who train students that usually are decades younger than she is. However, it's not only her age that makes her an inspiration, but it's also the results she has achieved and the wisdom she spreads. Her students come not only to get in shape, but together to learn how to create a lifestyle that will keep them healthy and strong for decades to come. But her story doesn't stop at the gym. It seeps into the lives of every single person that has ever doubted their capability to be healthy, vibrant, and strong while aging. It's not just Nahida's physical fitness and looking young that makes her so special. Rather, it's how she lives her life, with positivity, determination, and deep love toward herself and others. Reading through the life of Nahida, you cannot help but be really inspired. You are looking at a woman, though nearing 90 years of life, is still several decades younger, with an energy that is just as inspiring. Beyond that, she has the mindset of one who absolutely refuses to be bound by her years. Nahida proved that one need not grow older and slow down, or give up on a dream. Instead, it may be a time of growth, discovery, and even recreation. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.